Hey everybody, welcome. We are here today, gathered to do a live TBR for October. But I don't really do TBRs these days, so I'm calling it a PoP, pile of possibilities. And boy, do I have piles of books around me right now. So welcome. I'm going to put on some music just because. Feeling in the mood for music today. Let's talk about some books. I am coming off a very good reading month in September, so I'm going to kind of put the brakes on for October because I don't want to stress myself out. There are other things going on in October, so you'll hear about those in just a moment. Some changes coming to the channel. But what I'm going to focus on most for October, 2 readathons, Like and Dignity, and Fair Verona, where we lay our scene. Victober and Blackoweenathon. And let me know if you have never heard of either of those, because I will definitely lay down some edumacation on you. I want to say hi to the people in the chat. Hello, Eva. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Anita. Anita was just on Going Now earlier this morning, which I popped in for a little bit to watch. I was lurking, so maybe you didn't know. I was also lurking mostly in Heather Dewey Pettit's chat. She was doing some sprints, and she's going to be on my channel next week, so that is my Sunday on StreamYard for October. That's part of the plan. But let's talk about some books. Victober Blackoweenathon research books. So the one outlier here for October is the Patreon book club book. That is going to be The Electricity of Every Living Thing. So we'll get that out of the way first, by Katherine May. A woman's walk in the wild to find her way home. So I think this is going to be up my alley because it's like nature memoir-ish, but it's got the added twist that Katherine May, I think, talks about autism and her experience with some sort of different behaviors and how she has worked those into her life. So this came highly recommended from a fellow Blazer. So I'm very excited about this. Sign up if you're curious. I've got that. There we go. Patreon_MP4 is the bit.ly for the book club and other tier information. I was just doing my postcards earlier today, so it's a fun little start to the Patreon month. But yeah, that's going to be our pick for October. Very exciting. There was a little mutiny, and the books that I chose people had already read. So we're switching to this one, a little less popular or less well-known, so less hype. So that should be good. Yeah. Shannon's laid up most of the day with back pain. On Morgan's channel on the hour, so I had to get up. Been lurking around the tubes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you get some relief from the back pain. Cool Gamer is here saying hello. RC Scott is here saying hello, but also over 3 messages. Got it. We get the message. Shannon's like laying down on her keyboard and still had to clap back to that. That was funny. That was well done. Okay, so let's jump into my Victober picks. Like I said, laid back. We're not doing, we're not going full bore for Victober and into the prompts because in putting together this list, I actually went back and looked at my report outs from Victober for the last 2 years because this will be my 3rd time participating, I think. And they were not that great. So when I try to read Victorian books, I don't really like the ones that I've picked for the past 2 years. So I'll pop those up in the cards so that you can see if you like them. I know some people are reading some of those books this year, so I hope they like them better. Completely possible. Classics hit different for sure. So I've got I've got one author that I have picked up 3 books from because I thought, oh, it's perfect. It's right up my alley. It's 1890s. It's fin de siècle, New York City, etc. Class differences. And I got like 150 pages in, and it's still sitting there. So instead of that book, I thought I'd start another one of his. The author is William Dean Howells, and it's called A Hazard of New Fortunes, an important novel of social change and conflict in America's Gilded Age. And if you know that I am writing Gilded Age social critique, you would say, oh, that's perfect for Margaret. Yeah, so hopefully, even though it's kind of long, well, 440 pages, not that long, hopefully this will gel with me this time. So that's the first Victober possibility. There's so many piles of books around here. So that's 1890. Then we've got 1893, which I know Jim has read and liked, The Odd Women by George Gissing, which I have not read as an author before. One of the very few novels in English that can be compared with those of the French naturalists who were his contemporaries. So another 1890s novel, and with a French sensibility, but not in translation. So this should be interesting. Sometimes I butt up against the French sensibility, even though I love the language. So we'll see. We'll see. This is a good, I've been holding this off, waiting for Victober to read this. So this is a good possibility. And then instead of the 1890s decade, we're going to pull back and look across the whole Victorian age. So this starts in the 1830s and goes all the way to 1900. So it's called A Circle of Sisters. It's nonfiction, a biography of 4 remarkable sisters, and an exhibition of Victorian artistic and middle-class life, public and domestic. It's about Alice Kipling, name ring a bell, Georgiana Burne-Jones, Agnes Pointer, and Louisa Baldwin. And these are sisters from the MacDonald family who all married or associated with famous men. And so they're well known for that, but they were also artists in their own right. And so this is sort of diving into the, I don't know, what's that MTV show? Not Big Brother, the like original. I'm blanking on the MTV reality show that like started everything off. But yeah, like looking at the behind the scenes of 19th century Victorian art and society. So it sounded really good. I've also been holding off on reading this one. So hopefully that will go over better than a lead balloon. And that's it. Those are the 3 that I'm going to concentrate on for Victober. So hopefully if I set the bar low, it will definitely be exceeded. Hopefully. Oh, yikes. Shannon is fighting the hard fight with the health insurance nightmare. Sorry about that. Matthew Dixon is here. Hello. He's intrigued. I'm not sure which one. Real World. Thank you. Real World Victorian Women Edition, right? Who would not sign up for that? Not Cribs. Not Cribs. That came a little bit later. Yeah. Yeah. And I read a similar sort of group biography with the May of the Moderns last year with the 4 poets/writers on the square. And now I can't remember the name of the square either because this is just out of the top of my head. And I really liked that. It was interesting. There were people that I liked and people that I didn't like. And so it was variable enough to keep my attention. Yeah. We've got Libra and we've got a balloon. Balancing balloons? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, lead balloon. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that's the Victober, the short list. Like I said, I have the other videos about previous picks and how they didn't really pan out. I've had a couple that I really liked. Obviously, Cranford, North and South, yes. But others that just were not my thing. So we'll stick with that and we'll trot right along to Blackoweenathon. So Blackoweenathon is reading books by Black writers in the crime, mystery, thriller genre. So I have already started this one. This is called Dead Girls. It's a library book. Sorry about that. By Nekesa Afia. And I went back to watch the saved video that was a discussion of the book. There was one with the author and one without the author that I watched. And unfortunately, we put in a big spoiler. So I put in a comment that says like the minute that you should skip the spoiler. But it's an interesting experience reading this knowing spoiler. So I'll probably finish that today and then be able to go to the second one, which I found and I bought, called Harlem Sunset, also Nekesa Afia. And it's a Harlem historical fiction, and it's an amateur detective. So, again, right up my alley. Well, I like a good detective mystery set in a historical time period. And New York City, gotta love it. I don't know. Maybe people are tired of New York City. I don't know. But I love the covers for these. They were in my my telephone book cover tag. So we'll see if it changes from the first book to the second. I'll tell you about my thoughts later. But yeah, so that's been interesting. That's a good one. The other books that I have in line for Blackoweenathon are the new release that I pre-ordered by Leslye Penelope, called The Monsters We Defy. This is a supernatural set in Washington, D.C. historical mystery. So I have peeked in a little bit. I'm only like 14 pages in because I couldn't wait. But I will be looking forward to finishing this. This is also in my telephone book tag. So yeah, I don't know. I must be highlighting these books for a reason, right? Let's see what else we have here for Blackoweenathon. Here's another one that would fit in like the horror / thriller mystery. I don't know. I started reading it and I'm not sure what genre this fits into, but These Ghosts Are Family by Maisy Card. I sort of started it in September, but I think I will be finishing this in October. So far it is a very interestingly written secret identity and secret life and family drama. And so I'm thinking it gets to be much more than that because there's ghosts in the title. So we'll see. But I'm very excited to read that one, and I also love the cover for that one. So yeah. So that's 4 books for Blackoweenathon, and they're shorter and more, I think, plot driven than the Victorians. So I think I'll be safe with these. So how about you? Anything crime writers of color related that pops up in your mind? Yes. Oh, hey Jeremy, welcome. I wasn't apologizing for using a library book, but that the library barcode covered the title. So that was like, oh, awkward. Now I have to say it. Yeah. Palmero, no spoiler, bad booktuber. It was like an hour into the discussion, so I'm sure she was already like in her element and wanted to discuss the plot details. So, but like, oh, I would have appreciated like a warning. Yes, covers are very cool. Jim, hello. I don't know if you were here for a few minutes ago. I tossed your name out because you had read The Odd Women, and that is on my list for Victober. So, hoping I dig that one. Shannon also likes the beautiful covers with great branding. Yep, I like the font and the colors. Very well done. Yay! Yeah, Monsters We Defy. It's starting out very good. Very good. So it was hard to hold off for October. I've had my eye on that one, but I'll have to wait until a time I back off the genre I'm writing in now. Is that this one? I'm not sure which one would have the genre conflict, because you're writing romantic fantasy. So, interesting. Maggie Penumbra Mine, Mama Maggie Ward. That looks good, adding it to the TBR. Oh, look, I've reached Mars orbit. Right? That's a creative way to say it. I like that a lot. Paul, does it occur in early January involving a lot of bad vibes? The ghosts one? Or... See, now I'm lost. I've gotten myself mixed up in the chat, or 2 behind, or whatever. Sorry. The ghost and the cat on the cover remind me of Mama Maggie's book, Ghosts with Cats. I suppose. Although there's lots of things on the cover. There's a chicken, there's a goat, there's kind of a cat head, and other things that are repeated, but like turned upside down. So it's a very intriguing cover. Yeah. Oh, I've only read Walter Mosley. He's on my list too. Devil in a Blue Dress, Awkward Black Man. He's got lots of books that are highly recommended on BookTube. So if you have a favorite, shout it out for sure. Anita is saying Brian Tan just released his Invincible Heart, the John Baker Chronicles, Book 1, which is a sci-fi thriller style book. Nice. Invincible Heart. All right, very cool. The Monsters We Defy, DC Insurgents. Or does it occur in early January involving a lot of bad vibes? Oh! I get it. Okay, I get it, yeah. No, it doesn't. It's also historical, so it's happening back in the 20s. And U Street, the historical African American corridor, is far north of the Capitol, so yeah, we're all good. The fact that a ghost and a cat are paired together is not something I see a lot of. Could be true. Maggie says, thank you, my daughter made the cover for that series. Cute. Yes, I got it like the second tip off. Thank you. All right, so that is the little mini stack that we've got for Blackoweenathon. Brilliant covers are a theme, so that's exciting. We've covered 3 categories. What's left? We had Patreon Book Club, we had Victober, we had Blackoweenathon. Oh, and I wanted to put a couple links up for there we go. So Victober, most people know about. Blackoweenathon, I think, is not getting as much cross coverage. So Bree has a wonderful channel, but this specifically is a video where she explains the merch that she's doing. She's doing her own gift boxes, people. So if you like apothecary vibe aesthetic things, she did this whole video where she explains her merch and the Noir Apothecary line that she's doing this month. So I'm putting that up in the chat because she did a lot of work for it, and I would love to see that be a success for Bree. That would be awesome. Andy is here. Hello. Yes, I know, and that's probably because it's live now. It's definitely not. There are a lot of other people who are doing sprints for this, who have done TBRs for this, who have scheduled discussions. So I think it's just because it's like today, it's time sensitive. Yeah, I got that too. I was first in the results and I was like, what? Oh, this is because Google knows me. Yeah, exactly. Google knows everything. And so besides the gift boxes, which are, a higher price point, there's also cute, like, supernatural and stickers and other kind of things that you can find on Etsy. So the boxes are on Etsy, but then her shop of other stuff is also there on Etsy. So if you want to support a creator who's doing a lot of work to like lift up Black writers, that would be a great place to stop by. Like the shop, favorite a thing, like maybe order a sticker or whatever. So I love that. Okay, sorry. Remember to do that. Excellent. Now we have a question of the day because I did this ahead of time. It's a very deep question, so I'll give you lots of time to answer. I'm going to go over some of the changes for the channel and what is coming up for the channel this month. So the first change is I'm not going to do one big wrap-up anymore. As I look out, this is giving me like Weird Owl vibes. As I look out on the Valley of the Shadow of Death, which is what we also call my pile of books here. I've got 20 books that are the red books in September, and getting through those in an hour or less and doing justice to them all and appealing to everyone, keeping everyone's attention is just not helping the rewatchability of these videos. So in order to make it easier for people to watch and watch only what they want, I'm going to split it up into like themes. And we're going to have like best of fiction so that I don't have to talk about books that I'm like, what do I have to say? And best of nonfiction. So that's what I'm going to be doing for October. I might also have romance call out in October because I read so much romance in September. It was all I could concentrate on. So that's where we are. But yeah, so then you can see based on the title and the thumbnail whether like, oh, this is for me and it's only 25 minutes rather than a whole hour of all the stuff that maybe you're not that keen on. So that'll be the first change. We'll see how that affects the channel, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but I'm all for experimentation. Oh, let's see. Yay! Jim is saying Anne Novella and Kitavan Reads have initiated Doorstepper Doom for this month, a reaction to Shortish September for big books. That is another fine readathon. I've seen that. I think I'm subscribed to them both. Paul Googled Booktuber spoils plot and got Margaret. What? I did not spoil. I did not. Yep. Andy's doing updates on his progress of his book. Okay, so we've got our answer from Shannon is mind blown for October. Okay. Andy's is, I don't know, dead face with a star. Interesting. Jim's got an octopus for October. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. All right, so that's the first change. The second change is, where is it on my notes here? Oh yeah, I'm publishing a thing. So some of you will know this in the chat if you help me beta read. But if you don't know this, I'm making a little announcement. I don't have a launch date yet. I don't have a pre-order link yet, but there will be a short story collection coming out later this month. And just to set your expectations, again, to try to like package the thing so you know what you're getting and whether you want it or not. This is going to be like the weird, experimental, speculative vibes, short stories, like fun piece of fluff that maybe you need this season. That's what we're going for. So it's going to be ebook only, and it's just going to be a short collection. It's a product of the pandemic, so it's going to aim right for your attention spans as products of the pandemic. So hopefully that jives with some people out there and they have fun with it. It's like weird vibes only. Weird with a Y, people. That's where we're going. Weird with a Y. So yeah, so look for that later in the month. All right, more questions of the day, and then a last coming up segment. What else have we got here? Maggie's answer is running with a timer for October. Okay. Hello, Nia. Vixen Affection, welcome. Jim is expanding on his emoji game to say leaves octopus ghost. I like it. Anita's going with the bat. Classic choice. Paul saying Margaret should spotlight some tentacle romance and call it octopus. I have not gotten into the alien romances. I know several people that I follow that have done great reviews. I just haven't pulled the trigger. Yeah. Jeremy says, this month, awesome! Yay! Yeah. Andy's got to hop off. Thank you, Andy, for stopping by. Nia's chosen, and I said emoji, people, but they're giving me all sorts of things. We got cookie, we got maple leaf, we got falling leaves, and we got cupcakes. So Nia definitely shooting for the cozy vibes. Shannon says, fantastic stories. Get the ebook when it comes out. Thank you. Weird. Yes. Weird with a Y. Not two Y's, just one Y. The last one, I think, is what I would go for. But yeah, so strange vibes. Okay, so with that exciting news out of the way, coming up, I've got those split out Wednesday wrap-ups, so look for those to come. I've got 2 more book talk themed tags, so if you haven't seen yet, I've done a couple panels on Smasher Pass, which is a book talk thing. I'm just like re-importing it back to BookTube, and we're having tons of fun. So check those out. The final one on mystery genre will be October 21st, so tune in for that. I've got 2 panels on other things, which is authors talking about historical short stories. Gosh, I don't know why that would be timely. And the book talk related mystery one. So lots of fun things coming up, including that pre-order link when I get it. And yeah, final thing, final like non-category, because this is a pile of possibilities. I have random stuff that I haven't gotten to, I should get to, and I'm going to aim to get to this month. So there's just 3 in this category. I keep looking at this and thinking, oh, this is so interesting, and then not picking it up. Out to Work. I've talked about it a couple times before. History of wage-earning women in the United States. So this could go with like research stuff for the big novel. It'll probably come after I finish the short story collection and get it on pre-order. I get my novella in order to send to an editor, and then I can go back to the big novel. So that's probably why I haven't gotten to it. Other research books: The Social Thought of Jane Addams, edited by Christopher Lasch. This was a recent find, and I've already started reading it. It's writings by Jane Addams, who is the founder of Hull House in Chicago. So again, on the big novel, trying to get back into it and get in the flow. And then the last one on that is another thin book, Chicago Socialism, The People's History. So just trying to learn about the activism and the movements that were going on and what my characters might have been grappling with in the 1890s in Chicago. So immersion, folks. If I can't time travel, at least I can read about it. So yeah, that is the PoP today. Changes, publishing, trying to be laid back, trying to focus on the research, and trying to publish something. Pretty good. So that's it today. It's a shorter one. Look for the wrap-ups. And Maggie chose a specific time. The clock says 10:30, so appropriate for the way 2022 has sprinted by. Yes. Yay! Thank you. Oh boy. Paul's got several. Alien, eggplant, love, heart, sad. This is a whole story in emojis. You should submit this to a contest. Oh, I think I read Out to Work in college. Don't remember much about it. Interesting. Yay. Love hearing about my books. Thank you, Shannon. I live my reading life vicariously through you. No, I haven't dropped the title. I have the title in mind, but like I haven't cemented the subtitle down. So we're an article and a subtitle away from commitment. And you know I find commitment hard. So I can't announce it yet because it'll change and then it'll just be embarrassing. So title, cover, some people have gotten a peek at the cover, and all that jazz to come out with the pre-order link next week. I'm hoping for next week. So stay tuned for that. Yay! All right, that's it for today, everyone. Thanks for coming to participate. I love seeing your happy, smiling faces in the chat as little icons. And all your emoji stories have made me laugh today. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Sunday. Look for the wrap-ups. Look for the Author-Tubers Host karaoke this Saturday. It's going to be a little earlier to make it easier for the UK folks to participate. So that'll be 3 p.m. for me, Pacific time. And I would love to have anyone come on and sing a song. I've got 3 songs picked out already. So very excited for the October mood, the October vibes. And then next Sunday on StreamYard is next Sunday the 9th with Heather Dewey Pettit. So hope to see you on whatever types of videos you need or are looking for. Otherwise, I'll see you on your channels in the chat. All right. Thanks, everybody. Good. Canny. Very canny. I should listen to these people in the chat. Oh my goodness. Got the next sprinter. Yep. Shannon's on Morgan's channel in an hour. We'll be sending her healing vibes because she's going to have to be sitting up. Caro is also sprinting. All right. Yay. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. It's fun hanging with you. Bye.